For more than a decade, the FBI spoke to anyone in Detroit who knew something about Kwame Kilpatrick. Everyone, that is, except journalists.
And now the lead agent on the case is talking to the reporter who broke most of the stories about the former mayor's misdeeds. Tonight, Fox 2's M.L.Elrick goes one-on-one with someone you may not have heard of, but someone you should know.
It's the musical that brought the Queen of England to the theater for the first time in a decade. And it sure looks like the kind of show Kwame Kilpatrick would dig. But if you're a Fed in Detroit, Bombay Dreams is the top secret code name for the investigation into City Hall corruption.
It's a name that has nothing to do with anything, and that's why we picked it.
Did anybody say, what the hell's Bombay Dreams?
Yeah, nobody really cared at the time. I think they trusted us to just pick something innocuous, and that's what we did.
But that's not all they did. For nearly 9 years, the feds built a case that led to the conviction of the mayor, his best bud, and his dad on corruption and tax charges.
Pay-to-play worked for a number of years in Detroit, and eventually, when everything came down, that was the end of that road.
Along the way, the feds took some hits too. Defense attorneys criticized their witnesses.
You got two people that are a party to that bribery, and you're going to have to give immunity to one of them if you want to hear this story.
Others feel voters deserve to know Kilpatrick was under investigation while he ran for a second term.
We're not going to substitute our opinion for that of the populace and just tilt an election and say, hey, let's leak this information and make sure the election goes to the challenger. That would be, we would be used as a political tool.
While Beeckman opened up to a reporter for the first time in, well, just about ever, he could not comment directly on certain topics, such as whether he found any evidence the Manoogian Mansion party happened or whether Kilpatrick played a role in the death of the stripper known as Strawberry. But he doesn't sound like a believer in either urban myth.
So he's a liar but not a killer.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, yeah.
Are you sorry? Sending Kilpatrick and Ferguson to prison for up to 20 years or more should help clean up Detroit, but Beeckman says it's only a start.
We're not going to end it for all time, okay? But I don't think there's any debating that the United States Attorney's Office has taken care of a very significant part of the corruption in Southeast Michigan with this case. One of the big benefits of having a 6-month-long trial is that I think Southeast Michigan got to see what was really going on there, and I don't hear that much anymore that it was a waste of resources.
Beeckman says he can't comment on whether the feds know whether Kilpatrick hid any money, but he's willing to disclose whether he feels sorry for the former mayor and his cronies.
No.
At the end of our unprecedented conversation, the man who heads the Fed's Public Corruption Unit delivered this message to those who would dismiss the integrity of Detroiters.
There really is, I think, an opinion that's held by some people that people from the city support people who are involved in corruption. And in my opinion, after talking to over 1,000 people in this case, nothing could be further from the truth.
Reporting from deep inside FBI headquarters, M.L.Elrick, Fox 2 News.